Is this too close? Is this too close? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Scott's Reviews, and I am Scott. If you are new here, hello and welcome. If you just subscribed recently, thank you for subscribing. And for the old folks that stuck around for a long time, good to see you. As the title says, this is a low light comparison of the Insta360 X3, GoPro Hero 11, and a little bit of Action 2. We throw that in the mix. And then the RX0 Mark II, just to give you a little taste of that too. And mainly it's on the X3 and the GoPro Hero 11. The reason why I'm in my car right now at this spot is at the soccer park, because I did some low light tests right at this spot with this light on with the X3 and the GoPro Hero 11. And I wanted to give you a little kind of something to look back and say, all right, I see the GoPro, I see the X3, but what would a big camera, like something really good, what would it look like at that spot? So this is what it would look like. So I'm shooting with the Sony a7 IV, 20mm 1.8 lens. Anytime the GoPro is being used, it has the media mod on with the microphone in the media mod, no external added. When you hear the X3, it's the X3 with the directional microphone, so it kind of picks up that projected voice to it. It works pretty good. Like, all these microphones are actually from old microphones back in the day. These are all good. Some are better than others, but the X3 is not bad. GoPro is better because it's got the media mod on. Yeah, the Action 2 has always been okay. Even with the Action 2 by itself, I had no problem with that. And the RX0 has good microphones too for internal microphones. So they're all decent microphones for internal microphones. And speaking of microphones, right now I have my brand new Sony miniature microphone with no cables involved. First time using it on the a7 IV, and I'll do a whole video on that just to let you know what I'm using right now. I like to let people know what I'm using, because a lot of videos I see, I'm like, what are they using right now? So that's why I kind of run through that. So I'm kind of testing that microphone myself right now. So if it sounds pretty good, let me know. If it sounds bad, let me know. Real quick, what I do like about it the most, of course it's small, but it's automatic, so I don't have to worry about adjusting the volume, everything. Oh, by the way, when I say edit in the caption, that means I used a LUT, changed the contrast, or did something with the image to try to make it look a little bit better than what it looked like right out of the box. So it says with edits, that's what I mean. Because they're all over the place of what I did, trying to change things here and there. Just kind of give you an example of what maybe you can get out of it besides using it right out of the box. All right, now you can watch. All right, single lens mode, 4K 30. The rest is pretty much in auto, and it looks pretty dark. Over here by the car. Let's switch and walk toward the moon. Alright, we are in 360 mode. No external microphones are attached. I don't think I ever used this as a vlogging camera, so I have no intention of getting it with a microphone externals. I think it's this is more of your look around, look at this part of your video where you add music to, stuff like that. Maybe a little bit of talk, but nothing permanent, like you're really gonna get down and dirty. ISO at 4000. I'm not sure if you like that look more. 4000. Kind of gives blue to the sky. Cooler color. Alright, white balance is on auto. It was on auto before too. Alright, turn stabilization back on. It's not on boost or hyper boost, it's just on regular. So we'll run. This is me. I Did a whole day test with the RX0 on this camera and it did not come out well. So I want to retake that, redo it over. Redo. Can't see myself. Should I try to bump up the ISO and see what it does? Is it so dark? Let's try. Alright, ISO is now at 1600. Is that better? Is it too grainy? So medium mod is on, but the front microphone is on. I didn't switch it to the back. Alright, let's switch cameras. What should we do next? Let's just get the RX0 out of the way and be done with it. Alright. Alright, the RX0. It's on intelligent auto, so I can adjust a couple of things, but the ISO is at 6400. So that's either a great thing, you can handle it, or it's a bad thing and it looks all grainy. 4K 24. It said it's kicking into night mode. Makes sense. I do have it on far, so hopefully it's not. Looks a little bit brighter in the screen. Let's look at me. Oh, it's on far, so let me get far away. Alright, how do I look? Not because I'm ugly, but how did I look in the light wise? I'm gonna head back to the light here. I'll turn the microphone up. It's on 18. No external audio, onboard mics only. These have pretty good mics, but it's always better to get some externals. Alright, that's the 0. Let's go to Action 2. I've owned the RX0 for a while and knew it was good for certain things, and some things it's just not very good at, but wow, for that 1-inch sensor really kicks in at night. What a difference, right? Got the Action 2 over here coming in a good light right now, so they both should be pretty good with the overhead light. I can just barely now see myself with the Action 2. I do have to go back and I'll show you, but I corrected some of the greens and blues because that light is not green. It looks green. See? But it's not green. Yeah, the Sony's got it right. Sony's got night vision magic. I had a smudge on the Action 2, so it was all nasty looking, so I had to clean it off. But action cam versus a 1-inch sensor, this is what you get. So good reason to keep the RX0 with me for night. I think of the cameras that I played with just now, I would say R0 because #1, and then GoPro actually with the right adjustments can look okay at night. Obviously you need a light. So I've owned the RX0 for a while and knew it was good for certain things, and some things it's just not very good at, but wow, for that 1-inch sensor really kicks in at night. What a difference, right? Got the Action 2 over here coming in a good light right now, so they both should be pretty good with the overhead light. I can just barely now see myself with the Action 2. I do have to go back and I'll show you, but I corrected some of the greens and blues because that light is not green. It looks green. See? But it's not green. Yeah, the Sony's got it right. Sony's got night vision magic. I had a smudge on the Action 2, so it was all nasty looking, so I had to clean it off. But action cam versus a 1-inch sensor, this is what you get. So good reason to keep the RX0 with me for night. cool about the Action is I can stick it underneath. That's a magnet. Sticks everywhere. Watch this. How about them apples? Sticks everywhere. Watch this. How about them apples? We are or not?
I'm not. I don't know about you. Oh. Like, it's not like what would taste better, just what do you prefer? Oh my lord.
Ooh, 2 of them. Nice. This is the GoPro 5K 8:7 ratio, 30 frames per second. So it looks brighter on here. Let me check my ISO. Hold on. All right, ISO is at 1600, and I just changed the white balance to auto. I had it on 55K, which is a little too warm for the evening like this. But how does this look compared to the Insta? So if you go into manual, you can adjust the ISO, and this needs help. The shutter frame is double the frame rate, so it's 1/60. Let me try a different frame rate. Alright, so this is ISO maxed out at 3200 and 1/30th shutter rate. So it would have a little bit of unusual that movement back and forth. But this is the highest ISO. This is the same spot as the GoPro was. I'll do the GoPro and I'll go to 3200 to show you the difference. But GoPro here, 5K 30, and maxed out, well, not maxed out. The ISO is at 3200, which is matching the Insta360 was. So appears a lot brighter. $1600 is the maximum ISO. 5K 30, 8:7 ratio. We'll dial it down here. Alright. It's on auto. Okay. Looks a little darker. The face looks lighter. Dark tree, and I'm going to use the GoPro light for both of them. So, alright, this is the GoPro light on 1, 2, And I don't think they go to 3, but if you had someone far away, you would pump 3 in, get a little further away. Light for the GoPro on number 1. Light for the GoPro on number 2. Single lens mode, of course. And then the bright light for number 3. Is this brighter in 360 mode? Let me look. Kind of go around to my face. No, not really. So guys, what'd you think? I'll give you my opinion about the cameras in low light, and then you can let me know. All right, we'll start off with the X3. In single lens mode, even in daytime, is very contrasty. It's even more contrasty than the Action 2 from DJI, which I thought I like the contrasty look. I think it's a little too strong on the X3. It kind of depends on your taste. I think outside, beautiful sunny day, it'll look good in the video. It'll come across real contrasty and real saturated. It's a different kind of saturated, but it looks very saturated and rich. Maybe it's too strong for you, maybe it's too action style for you, but I filmed everything on standard, never went to vivid with the X3, all on standard, and pretty much auto everything else. Even auto the white balance, just to make sure I didn't want to favor that either way. So at nighttime, it's not that good, right? It's okay in some shots with a little bit of light. I think what it is better at is stabilization when regarding the lights flickering in the background. I think it does a better job of trying to stabilize the image and not get so jittery in the corners. I think the worst with that is the Action 2. If you move around too much at nighttime, you can really see it, and it's very noticeable and not pleasing at all. The Sony RX0 was even surprised me how good it was at night with that bigger sensor. That really is a big difference. Even though it's a 4.0 aperture lens on that Sony, that bigger 1-inch sensor does a better job at nighttime, filling that light, grabbing that light. You can actually see what was going on. It looked pretty good. Except that camera, you're gonna need a gimbal if you're gonna walk around with it, or you need to have it stationary on a tripod, a small tripod. Do your get your focus, and then do your talk, and then be done with it. But at nighttime, it'll be okay to use that sensor. When it comes to the GoPro, I do like the GoPro image at night. All right, let's not put the RX0 in the category. If we do, it would be the A7 IV, the RX0, and then next up will be GoPro. I think GoPro has come a long way with its nighttime stuff, and what really surprised me, and I'll play it again here, was I was outside by the field, had some of the lights coming off the field, and then when I tweaked the video on one of my LUTs, it actually looked pretty darn good. I was surprised, and I'll show that video right now what I'm talking about. But that really surprised me. Now I kind of noted that down on what LUT to use at nighttime for the GoPro 11, so I was happy with that. The X3, besides doing okay with the jitters, it's just too grainy. I didn't like it. I didn't like the X3 at nighttime at all. Very dark, so not too happy. Now, yeah, we're talking about nighttime. I won't go into anything else. So GoPro would be next. Then behind the GoPro, between the Action 2 and the Insta, I would probably give it to the Action 2. Yep, the Action 2, a little bit better at night than the Insta. It's not much. It depends really on the lighting, on what is popping up. If you get a little bit of light, something looks better. But if like really dark, they both fall apart pretty fast and hard. So obviously none of these cameras are good for nighttime. We all know that. But we're just trying to see, like, if we're in that spot and all we have is our GoPro or whatever, how bad is it going to be? Is it even worth pulling out? Well, how bad? So I did buy the light for the GoPro. That's what I used in this video for both cameras. If you're buying a GoPro and you're thinking about buying a light, that's not a bad option to buy. I mean, seriously, if you're going to get a discount on it anyway, the light is not a bad deal. I bought it thinking, all right, it's like a flashlight, but it's pretty darn bright. I mean, if you use that like for looking for your keys around the house or whatever, it's a good deal. And I also, that clip that comes with, I think the packet, I'll show you what the clip looks like. You can mount that to your hat, and you can put the light on your hat. So now when you're working on your car or whatever, you have a light too. So it's got multi-purposes besides the light for the GoPro. So if I have no quarrels about buying that light for my GoPro 11, getting a discount, and then around 30 something bucks it was for the light. USB-C charge, all good to go. Works underwater, so I use it underwater. Right now I can't go past like, I think 10 meters, whatever. So it won't be a scuba diving light at all, but it worked around the pool, that kind of thing, and it's waterproof, so we know that. Let me know what you think, any questions you got. I think my next video is going to be an interesting little video about how I fixed or destroyed my X3 when it comes to the lenses. You saw that I scratched my lenses. If not, I had a crash with this. I'll go into in that video. Scratched the lenses on the side, and actually I found scratches right in the front of the lenses. So I went ahead and did the old thing on YouTube. We look for how to fix things, and dove in and said, hey, if they're not good anyway, let's go ahead and try to fix it. If it doesn't work, send it back, and maybe I'll get my replacement or pay the money to get it fixed. So I won't go into it, but that'd be the next video I do. So stick around, subscribe for that. It should come out pretty shortly after this one. So thanks for stopping by, and you guys have a blessed day and a good night.